course, in respect of the time and then location that this signal might reach you. Understand? We're telling you, welcome back to SS Media, another episode with another interesting program. You understand? Every day we try to bring certain things that are concerning, as our slogan goes on, and then voice of the youth. Well, we tend to look at the youths that are doing great in the national, in this within this country. You understand? In the sector that a lot of people are not focusing on, but it is the most important sector of every nation that is to develop. That is the agriculture sector. We have youths that come together with a vision to change things, how situation is going in our country, how the agriculture industry is going into our country. As a platform, we deem it necessary to check into them and have them on our platform today. So today, and in the episode here, I have two people with me, that is the representative of that particular institution. And so we will allow them to open the floor by themselves. So to take which I will take on my left hand side, that is the gentle lady with me. Well, welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Melissa, the communication officer of GRUID GAMBIA.
Communication officer of Group Gambia, Maimuna. Madam Miss Maimuna, welcome to the show. Understand? Thank you. On my right hand side, I have Miss Anne, Mr. Mr. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Ali Chize. I'm the project coordinator of GRUID GAMBIA.
GRUID GAMBIA. We all had that together. We have the communication officer and then the project coordinator. You know, when you have these two people, I think these are the most two important in every institution. That is, and then your communication officer that will tell people and then everything within the company and what the company stands for or what the institution stands for. And the project manager will tell us some of the things that they are doing or the projects that they have in hand that are working currently. So to start with, let me go with my communication officer. When we say GRUID GAMBIA, what is GRUID GAMBIA? Or how did GRUID GAMBIA come about?
GRUID GAMBIA is an association that stands for Global Urban Agriculture, like how to improve the agriculture in urban areas. Yes.
Thank you so much for that. And then Mr. Project Manager, and would you love to jump in and to give us a brief history about it?
Yeah, thank you for that question.
Okay.
GRUID GAMBIA, GRUID stands for Global Rural Urban Initiative and Development. Yeah, so we see like in the country right now, agriculture was the backbone of the country, and then agriculture has been left, like, has been turned blind eye to it, because what some of the youth are now no more engaging in it. So, and also people are also engaging into the sector in another way around, whereby they'll be using the other chemicals that like it is causing more harm than good. So that's the time we say, oh, since like our youth have been decreasing, and then also there are many problems that like people are turning away from it. We say no. So as youths, responsible youths, we say, oh, let's just now see how best we can bring along with the movement, whereby we have visions. So we bring youths who know that they have visions for agriculture, like she is in the
Sambu.
yes,
Sambu.
she's into the agriculture sector, and also I'm into the agriculture sector. I'm an agripreneur. So and then the same thing also our and other members in the executive also have various passion for agriculture. So that's the time we come together and join together to make sure we move forward with this movement.
Thank you so much. And then we all heard of that. These are institutions, there are then youths that have the vision to change the narrative of the agriculture industry in this country. And then like he said, that is, and then it is fading away. And the way people are using our agriculture industry is not helping. At some point in time, the organic or the manuals that they use or the materials that they use are doing more harm than good. So they deem it necessary to come with an organization that will look into that and then find a possible solution towards that. So talking to and then to communication officer, how long have you guys been in existence?
Yeah. So thank you for that question. Like the institution is young right now. We just bring along the initiative back in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, but now in 2025, that's the time we start the engagement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and then to go with that, we understood that like you started 2024 and you start your engagements in 2025. That is not long ago rather.
Yeah.
So to go to Madam Communication Officer, we understood that you guys have that vision, but within this country we have what we call, that is a law that is there for any organization that is to fund or to do anything, you have to be formally recognized. So have you guys taken any formal procedures to register and then be formally known and recognized in this country?
Yes.
You guys have done that. That's wonders. And we would love to know, like you said, it is last year, 2024, that you guys started operation, but then you start some of your organization or outreaching in this year. So was it this year that you guys registered formally or last year?
Last year, 16 December 2024.
Okay, so you guys are yet to have 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So coming to project manager, you are almost to 1 year anniversary. So far, what are some of the things that you guys have done as an organization?
Yeah. So right now we have visited the permaculture at Bunju, whereby we see how they have been doing the farming work, and also we have also met other partners, other institutions that we approach in partnership so that they can able to help us in when we are implementing the project. And the most anticipated project that we have on hand is the youth training on organic farming and also farm management. That is will be hosted in December. Yeah, we anticipated to host it in December.
That is before your 1 year anniversary or on your 1 year anniversary?
Yeah, it can be before our or after.
Or after?
Yeah,
But
but we would love to do it. The beginning day will be our first year anniversary will be the opening ceremony of that institute.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's a great initiative. And then to still continue on with the communication officer, we would love to know some of the vision of the GRUID Gambia. Every organization stands as a vision. You have said that, okay, these are the things that. So now, what are some of the visions that you go with? You already said your mission is to then change the way people are going with the agriculture sector. So we would love to know your visions as an organization or your aims, your main priority aims of the organization.
Okay, one of our main vision is to train people on modern agriculture. Yes, and another one is like to tell young people that agriculture is the backbone of the country. Like many people think that agriculture is a poor man's business, so we want to change that perspective.
The narrative of those that are engaging in farming, those that are engaged in agriculture are meant to be poor. So you guys want to uplift that mentality from them.
Yes.
It's not going to be an easy task, being honest with you, because for someone like me, we believe once you go to school, like the only thing you need to do is be in at the office or be sitting in front of people asking them questions. That's the mentality that we are raised in, and our families, that's what they put on us. So you guys coming up as youths that are of the same age with us, trying to change that narrative of us. So what are some of the ways that you guys plan to do that, Mr. Arnett, project manager?
Yeah, okay. Thank you for that question. One of the ways that we want to try to change this, it will be like any youth training. You know, like some are now studying agriculture. Yeah, some are studying agriculture, and agriculture is now being implemented in various schools. So we want to make sure we target those who are the graduates. You know that like they already have the skills. Then after that, we just try to make sure we see how best we can put them in various activities whereby they can able to implement of what they learn. Because right now we have some other institutions in the Gambia that are doing some projects. The likes of Gambia Songhai Initiative at Chairman, it usually trains youth on 1 year program. So after the 1 year program of it is on integrated farming, either poultry, ruminants, and organic gardening or even agroforestry or even beekeeping. So we want to make sure we connect those graduates into it, and then we make sure we see farmers to see themselves in it. The moment the moment they see this farming as an income generation, they will be willing to venture it. The likes of in the youth right now, I'm a university student, but I'm venturing into agribusiness. Currently, I'm doing crop production and not bank region. So you see, so with the university knowledge, I will try to make sure I implement it in that as to make sure I provide food sustainability to the country. So it's lead by example. Once we are into it, and then it will be very easy for us So
It's led by an example. That's
Yeah.
a very good quote. And then you guys have the vision. You did not stop there. You are trying to be the people that will be on the front line to implement that. And then, Madam Communication Officer, when we come in terms of organization standing up, it's not easy. Like the project manager said, you guys have a lot of projects that you want to implement, but we understood that all of these things cannot happen when there is no finance, there is no support. So, as the communication officer, what can you tell us about that? How steady are you guys in those aspects?
Currently, we are working on a project like sponsors that can help us to sponsor our project, upcoming projects. Right now, currently, we are not strong financially, but we are urging people to help us.
Okay, so that means the vision is there and the mission is there, and then the aim is there and the readiness is there, but the finance is lacking there. We understood it's very difficult for that in every sector in this country. So let's come to project manager. When you guys have projects, you write it down. Is there any ways that you guys bid it for international organizations to also fund? Because we realize that when you look at only national space, it might be difficult for your projects to be successful because most of the NGOs or some of the organizations might turn back on you. But there are other organizations that are also international. Their aims and objective is to fund people like or NGOs like yours. So is there any way or have you guys started working towards and then bidding for projects outside?
Yeah. For right now, we are just maintaining international. Yeah. So right now, the anticipated project that we're supposed to happen. So we are trying to reach out these NGOs. Yeah, we reach some of these NGOs, so they're checking whether it is in their project components. So once it is in their project components, that's the time that's the time it can be fun. Yeah, but hopefully after our 1 year anniversary, we want to see GRUID international. That's the time we'll be able to reach out to other NGOs outside this country, and then we provide a proposal, and then we engage with them so that it can be fun, and then we implement the project.
That's a very good nice and a very good strategy. That is to limit yourself within the boundary of the country as at the beginning level until you are steady, then you move forward outside the country. So let's come with still now on the projects on your side. So far, have you guys successfully completed any project? That is a question that people love to know.
Yeah, some of the projects that we implement was we went to visit the other institutions here, that is other agriculture institutions or those that are into the agriculture. That's why we visited the farmer culture at Kunjur. That's where I think she can elaborate more onto that.
Okay, communication officer, that's your plot then.
Okay, we visited the farm. It's Tanje.
Tanje,
No,
okay.
yes. That place is an organic farm owned by a white man called Mr. Andrews.
Mhm.
Okay. In that garden, it consists of agroforestry, poultry, fish farming, and some vegetable garden. Yes.
So once you guys arrived here, like how was the momentum? How was the connection between you and them? Was it only the executive members that went, or you went with the entire team to make a survey on it, or you went with people that believe in the organization's vision?
We, like anyone who is interested,
It
it's
was
open to the general members.
It was open to the general members. So let's still continue with you. I want to ask this. So far, how many people are rolling inside the organization? Which are
Currently, we have 93 members.
93 members. Wow, that's almost 100. That is not a little amount. So, project project manager, well, I say project coordinator, are they all the same? So let's still go with things that you guys have been doing. Things that you guys have been doing is actually amazing to and then hear some of the things that you highlighted here, and then the collaboration that you are trying to do within the space that is the people that are in the agriculture industry. So how are you guys willing to move from only, let's say, Gunjur, Sanyang stuff, and then move into the other parts of the country?
Yeah, so if you see the name, like the way group is global, and the rural and urban. So it is both rural and urban. So as a startup, we were able to we were under this end. Yeah, but we are planning to go beyond this urban area because we know that like farming it usually been done more onto the rural Gambia than here. So right now we are planning to make sure because the upcoming project that we're gonna have will make sure we implement it on the rural area. than in the urban area, or we generalize it towards within the country.
That's a clear one, and then thank you so much for that. And then I guess it's almost to break time. Just to remind you, if you are just joining us right now, you're watching SS Media TV, and then today we are with two people, two representatives of GRUID Gambia, that is an agriculture and an inspired organization that has a vision to change the way the narrative on the agriculture sector is going in this country. So there are youths that have the vision and then the aim also, and they are ready to do it. So let's take a short break and come back. Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in and then you're watching SS Media TV, and today on our episode we have two representatives, that is the communication officer from GRUID Gambia and then also the project manager. So before we go, just to wrap up things and then just to highlight some of the things that we were discussing on the first break before we go leave, that was we talk about the initiative that they have in and some of the vision that they have in the projects that they are working towards. So we're still gonna pick it up from there and then continue with our communication officer. If there's that thing that people don't know about GRUID Gambia, you know, every institution, every organization, there's something that makes you outstanding. If there could be that thing that is so special from, let's say, other organizations that are also into the same sector with you people, what would be that thing that would differentiate you and them?
Like for GRUID Gambia, our focus is not only on urban, rural. It's both urban and rural. Most of the organizations here, they focus on rural and urban, like most of these agricultural institutions. So the difference between us and them is we focus both on rural and urban.
That is the one thing that will make you guys outstanding out of them. Are you do you wanna come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and also it is led by youth. Yeah, it is led by youth, because if you see GRUID Gambia, those into it are just in the youth age range. Yeah, so it is only youth, and it is led by youth, and then it's youth who are engaging their fellow youths.
I love that part. It's youths that are engaging youths. This is something that is very important, because when you look into our agriculture sector in this country, it is so sad. Most of us, the youths, tend to wash our hand out of it. So you were saying earlier on that there are some of the materials that they're using that are doing more harm than good. Can you please elaborate that sector for us to understand, and how are you guys planning to differentiate that or stop that?
Okay, thank you for that question. Yeah, right now we have more materials that we've been using that cause more harm than good, the likes of the NPK fertilizer. So this NPK fertilizer, it has been imported in the Gambia, and we are using it only. Its main purpose is to increase the yield. Yeah, we always want to use it to increase our yield. While once this is poured in the ground, it usually kills the organic materials in the soil. You've seen it. So that is, it has been used. That's why if you check on other families that are into the farming every year, those into the farming every year, they can tell you like when we do not apply NPK fertilizer, we get high yield, because what happened? NPK fertilizer has already killed the soil. So you only need it for it to bring yield, and also the yield that it is bringing, also it can be harmful. The yields that it brings, it can be harmful. So, and also this NPK fertilizer, like, it causes disease to us.
If you said the yield that it bring can cause harm, will be something like a layman like me in the agriculture industry will not understand it. So can you a little bit break it down for me to understand how how would that be?
Yeah. So like this is how it is like, and also, if you check on right now, those in the cooking sector, they can tell you the okra that we have been producing, super kanya, before it used to get more like more rata.
Yeah, it's fine. I understand what you're trying to say. We in Gambia, so obviously English is not our tongue. When
So if you check on that right now, also it was like the quality that it used to be, it has not been into that quality. So you're seeing that. So those are caused by this NPK fertilizer, because it's just like it's fasting the rate of it, and also like it's also like if it is being used multiple times, if you don't use it, you will not have any yield in it. Yeah. So that is the NPK price. So but what we come is that since now NPK it's just so now we say now what are the other way around that we can use? Because if you check on right now, I can say right now in other countries, their market has been now specialized. If you harvest your product as a farmer, they categorize both organic and inorganic. And organic is more expensive than inorganic products. Yeah, so that's how. But right now here in our market, we have not yet categorized them. So what we want to come into is like we want to make sure we train youth on the organic way of farming. That's the composer. That's the composer. Because we want to make sure like this. Oh, I'm using NPK fertilizer. Why not composer? And composer is cheaper than the NPK fertilizer. Because this composer you just get in your bag. Let's talk about every year. Every compound is just having this ruminants animals.
Yeah.
And also even in the back of the kitchen, all those if you peel these onions, all those ones are organic materials that you can use to compost. Yeah. And then there are other institutions in the Ghana that you know also they into developing organic composting. Even right now in other in other corporations, the likes of other corporations in the Gambia here, they have farmers. You are empowering your fellow farmers. Let's say you have a poultry farm. So when you are a poultry farmer, you have your poultry feeds. So those poultry feeds, I need them so that it can increase the yield of milk. And right now, the market value of it is 150. Per bag is 150, and poultry is one of the best money. See that? So 150 of a bag, which is lesser expensive than the NPK fertilizer price. See it?
Okay, I think I understand that sector only. To just start to put more questions on you on that area, one will see why not you guys lead by example in that sector? Do you guys have a farm that you work on, or do you guys have a farm that currently you might be saying, okay, this is going to be our farm. We will be doing some of the farm work, even it's going to be mixed cropping or whatever we will be doing in there as a practical work. At the next minute, we put it out on there for them to see that, okay, this is what is going to be the different products on this.
Yeah. So yeah, we are trying to do that because even during the rainy season, we just went and secured a land at Makumbaya and we just grew there maize, which we consider successful, but unluckily it was being spoiled by the ruminant animals. Yeah. But right now we are working on it. We didn't know that like we will have our own farm called this is GRUID farm, whereby any initiative that we implement and it works there, we bring it in the eyes of people for them to see the difference.
I think that's the point that I was talking about, and that is going to be a very important thing because Gambians love to see things you do. We don't want to be the exemplary on a particular thing. We don't want to be the first start of everything. So let's still communicate with my communication officer on my left hand side here. We understood that organization in terms of branding themselves out. In as much as you are doing this, you need visibility. You need people to know about you. There are things that you need to do that way. How can people reach out to you, or how can people get to know of you? What are some of the measures that you guys are trying to put out there so as you could be known throughout?
Like one of the measures, our social media platform, like the WhatsApp group, Facebook, and Twitter. So like any activity that we do, we make sure we share it there. Share to different WhatsApp pages so that people can join and know this going on.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Making best use of social media, because I think we are in the social media era, and whatever you have to do has to come on the social media for people to see. Do you have something to add on that before we move to the next point?
Yeah, like she mentioned, those are the platforms that we're utilizing for now. And then also we are also trying to reach out medias that like they can able to provide the visibility of the institution.
That's a good one, and I guess every institutions or any media platform, their doors are open for every single person that has a vision to make changes. Because we believe, 55% of this country is all made of youth. So if youth are willing to take up steps and then make changes in this country, why not giving them the support to highlight themselves out? So let's still continue with Madam Communication Officer. We understood that it's not an easy task to start. Like you said, you all are going to school and you are youth embarking on this. Are you guys currently on a voluntary basis, or what level are you guys on? Are you guys on that? Let me ask that. Are you guys currently on voluntary basis, and with the number of people that you guys are having? Because you mentioned that you have almost 90 something
We are on a voluntary.
basic, that is voluntary service, trying to make the changes on there. So let's say if someone is sitting outside, saw this interview, and then was like, okay, I want to join these people, or I want to give a helping hand to these people, how will the person be able to do that?
Like with the help of this interview, they can link up to you people.
We don't want. Okay, continue.
They
Continue
can
after
link
our
up to
stepping.
you people. So you can share, like you also can link up to Ali. Ali will share our WhatsApp page or any other platform. So,
All right, thank you so much. You want to jump in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like if they want to reach out to us as a supported hand, yeah, we are available on this whole social media platform. Yeah, they can just go to our Facebook page to just maybe doing the chatting or linking or our WhatsApp page, which you know like if you text us in the Facebook page, solely we will reach out to you and then we see how best we can work together.
What are your handles?
Yeah, our handles are Facebook, GRUID GAMBIA, LinkedIn, GRUID GAMBIA, and then we are also our WhatsApp page.
GRUID GAMBIA might maybe when I'm to spell it and the way you to spell it might be a little bit different. How about you put it out there to them? Okay, this is what you're gonna type in, and then so that you can have our handle.
Yeah, you can just type GRUID and then you add the Gambia, the GRUID GAMBIA, and then you can able to read out to us.
That's a very good one, and that's a very good initiative. So still continue on, Madam Communication Officer. We understood that too, that you guys, like you said, you have 90 plus people on volunteer basis, and the vision is to make changes in the agriculture industry in the country. You want to make changes on people's mentality in the way they use the agriculture in this country, and you want to make changes in the yields that we receive yearly on agriculture sector. And then you guys are not financial stuff. What would be your message? What would be some of those things that you would say to the Ministry of Agriculture? Have you guys reached out to them, express yourself to them? If you don't, what would be your message to them?
okay, like our message to them is that let them help us in funding our organization in order to train the youth on organic farming. Yes.
Yeah, can I come?
Okay, so
Yeah, so like if you come like in terms of this is like you know like in the Gambia budget, there's always budget for subsidizing the farmers on NPK fertilizer,
yes,
and which you know like that only that subsidizing that amount. If we engage into the organic, that's the using the composter, we can able to cut that cost will not be included in the budget, which it can be used to empower the farmers. This is why you're just importing some amount of fertilizer, which you know like we have farmers here that are into the many like we have ruminants and others. So all those ones or any other materials, you know that it can be used for composting. So once we engage into this composting, the cost for that budget can be minimized. So and then what we are to tell them like we just the youth-led organization and we are here for the youth, and since they are here also for the youth, let them also give a supporting hand or a clapping hand to make sure we implement these projects in what we have in mind. And we also urge all these stakeholders that you know like they are willing and they're willing to join us together to change this mentality and also make sure like the Gambia agriculture has been like the backbone has been fixed again, because we said agriculture is the backbone of this country, and now I can say the backbone has broken.
it has to be maintained.
Yeah, it has to be maintained again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that clarification. Can to ask you one more thing, because some of the stakeholders will say, okay, you want us to help, but you are not knocking at our doors. Have you guys tried to knock at their doors before?
Yeah. So right now we have not knocked any of their doors. That's because right now we were there doing voluntary, and then we were also joining as a team to coming out and preparing projects. And so right now we just have our concept notes. But very soon we will start reaching out to them our concept note, which we will request fund from them to implement those projects.
All right. That's a very great one. So let's start to continue on with Madam Project Manager. We understand holding, communication officer. I'm mixing both of you, so it's still fine. I hope you're not offended with the madams that I'm saying. Okay, I'm mixing all of. So now let's say you are a university student. You are into voluntary service, trying to make changes in the agriculture industry. How is the family mentality towards your pushing in that as a young lady? As a young lady going to school right now, going to voluntary service, that's to change the mentality of people on agriculture, which is a long process. How is the mentality of the background, like the family support behind you?
Like,
It's more of personal than GRUID GAMBIA because we are almost at the end of the program.
for now, my family members, like, they were the people that put me into agriculture. Like for me, personally, I was not into agriculture. Since the time I was done with my grade 12, my passion was to go to school of nursing. But like my family members were like, currently in the Gambia system, my sister is one sponsor. Was like, currently in the Gambia, agriculture is the most marketable job you can go into. Like, I was like, no, I don't want to go. But she motivated me. Some of my teachers also motivated me to join like the Gambia College School of Agriculture. Now I decided to join the school. As just 1 week, 2 weeks, I start to build up like the interest. Like up to today now, I'm one of the most outstanding, yes.
In the agriculture industry. That's so nice. That's so nice. You see, sometimes what we need is guidance, you understand, along the line. We might love to do certain things, but probably we are not best in that aspect. That is sometimes the difference between what we want and what we need as well. Understand? So coming to Ali, the coordinator, like how did you jump into the agriculture industry in the level that you are in right now?
Yeah, for me, the way I jumped into the agriculture sector is just a long story. Let me just summarize it. Yeah, it was back then in our grade 5. Yeah, at Sunjiwala basic. We had Mr. Seka, he was the gardener there. So he usually take us to the farm, to the garden, and then we do water. During break time, we do buy our foods and then just go to the garden and just cut the lettuce there and apply it. Yeah, so and my brother was there to manage it. So later, that's where I built the passion of agriculture. So as I proceed, I was just producing in the home, whereby even during Ramadan time, they usually got and eat it for free. Yeah, the likes of lettuce and others. So and also into this, the poultry one. I usually buy that time. The chicken was 35. That small chick.
Chicks,
Yeah, that's what I usually grow. So yeah, that's how. But later I jumped into it. Then I went to in my high school. I went to Moscow. Yeah, but later when I went to UTG, I majored economics and minor agriculture. So right now I'm also engaged into the agriculture sector as an agri-trader.
Perfect combination, majoring economics to understand the finance and the a lot of things in there, and then now into agriculture. I guess we're gonna count on you one day in this country. So, and to close up with, we have come almost to the end of the program. So, thank you guys so much if you're watching right now. You understand? Just to remind you a little bit that is we are with two representatives from GRUID GAMBIA, that is and the communication officer, and then also the project manager, that is Aliu, and then Miss Samu. Miss Samu, what will be your final close to the watchers, and who are those that you're gonna acknowledge?
Okay, to tell the youth that agriculture is not a failback, it's something we have to work towards. Agriculture is one of the things that we can do to change.
That's gonna. You don't have an acknowledging with those that you wanna acknowledge. That's fine. That's fine. So we still go with and then Aliu. What are some of the ways that you wanna close with?
Yeah, the ways that I want to close the season is like this is agriculture, and when you say agriculture, it should be everyone should be engaged, because once you cannot say you wake up in the morning, from morning to afternoon you do not eat something that is not from the farm. So as we all see that everything that is consumed turned back away from it, we have an opportunity to it, because agriculture is one of the sector that can provide employment to the majority of the youth in once it's just everyone is ventured into it. Yeah. So what I'm saying also is the NGOs and also the other institutions that you know that like you wanted to see agriculture in another level. We just open our doors. You can just join us, and then as a supportive hand, we make sure we get this done. Yeah. So we would like to also acknowledge the executive member of GRUID GAMBIA and also the members that we are into working together since right now. We have been working together with no individuals. Yeah, we're just pulling out our money and then just putting it to there. So and they have been patient to it. They have been representing us in another military file. Yeah. So that's what I want to talk about.
Thank you so much, Aju. And then thank you, and then Miss Sambu also. Thank you guys so much for honoring our invitation and being on our platform today. We are actually grateful. And then we love to see youths with vision and aims and ambition to make changes, at least, and then successful steps. And then once there's a saying that says every mile starts with one step. You understand? So there's a starting level for everything. GRUID GAMBIA starting today at this stage. Possibly you guys will be the ones that will be selling and then rice or let's say onion or whatever to the entire nation one day, and then your consistency will help out a lot. We really appreciate it and we honor you guys coming on our platform today. Thank you so much if you are watching up to this extent. We appreciate you, and then it's because of you we start to and then push up everything that we do. Just to remind you of, if you haven't subscribed yet, just press on the subscription button. If you are watching on Facebook, press on the follow button and press on the like button. Recommend it to others. Give your thoughts on the comment section. That is something that we would love to know, either from our production or your advice to GRUID GAMBIA people. You understand? Thank you so much. See you next.